I know how annoying it is to try and start a new business and try get things going and set up things, the logistical side of stuff. It is the thing that you didn't realize was going to hit you that you know you have to get over before you can actually start even getting customers, clients, or making any sort of money in a business. We get the dopamine hit from talking about it, but it's actually the process of getting started with it, making traction, and gaining momentum with it all. This is the most annoying hurdle in obviously doing any business. I think the one thing that I've certainly realized that I'm kind of seeing in a new lens that I think holds most people back that have overcome this hurdle of the physical logistics. The next hurdle is, I think, kind of you're having to shift and change your beliefs a bit here because it's something I kind of comprehended from an early age, even like when I say an early age, probably like my early teenage years. I thought about this in a kind of different context, but now I've been applying it in kind of business sense. It's made more sense to me because I realized it was an abundance mindset, but it was still limited because I used to kind of have these weird thought processes in my head of, well, if I could charge like a pound or a dollar for something, a product or a service, how many people would pay a dollar or a pound like a month or a year for that service? And imagine if you could get like 10% of the entire country living to sign up to that thing. Like in the UK, there's nearly 70 million people. So if I got 7 million people, that would be like 7 million pounds per year. And what would I offer them? I had that abundance mindset of how many people and what they would pay and what I could offer at like 11, 12, 13, 14. I've thought about these kind of patterns of ideas. And then I realized it was kind of that abundance mindset of realizing how much is out there and kind of people's willingness to spend and, impulse spend and saving, all this sort of stuff. And I realized that coming back to it now in the past couple of years, even the past few years, that I think too many people obviously have the limiting beliefs about money and understanding that like they think that money's scarce still, even though trillions are printed every year, and like money's technically not even real. It just gets its, especially now since cashless societies now. It's a society based off fake money that isn't even real. It's just ones and zeros on a screen that just don't even exist, and then we're made to anyway. Long rabbit holes of stories, but either way, there's a limiting belief around you know, you trying to make money in your business and grow your business and how much money you think is out there. Now, really, if you actually if you think you understand like the abundance of money and like money's not real and the debt of like 99% of money's debt and all this sort of stuff, if you really comprehended it, because even I'm struggling to this day, because obviously it's been like 20 plus years of a kind of scarcity mindset surrounding money, like most people have. But truly realizing the limitless nature of money and the reason money even exists in the first place, you really free yourself from those like mental shackles of understanding what money is in the first place. Like realizing that most money's debt, most money's made out of thin air, and like then going to the actual psychological reasons and kind of triggers behind why people spend their money in the first place. So besides the obvious reasons we have of paying for our rent, mortgage, utility bills, the needs of life basically, actually like don't even think about other people for a second, but think about just yourself. Think about like, well, what causes you to impulse spend? What are things that you don't even realize you're paying for every month? Like if you are trying to sell a product or a service and you think about, I don't know, you want to try sell something for $10 or $20 and you've got a product, you're trying to sell it, and you think, who's going to buy it? Who wants to buy this thing? Just realize maybe you've got more control of your finances now, but maybe in the past, how many things are on your bank statement every month that go out that you are unaware of? For most people, it is way more than they can even comprehend. If they genuinely looked at all their finances, they couldn't comprehend all of the things they don't realize they're paying for. And you think that no one wants to buy your $10 or $20 product, when in reality, people are spending billions and billions and billions every month. Every month, the world is spending probably trillions, actually, trillions every month are being spent on things people don't even realize that they're paying for, let alone going into conscious impulse spending, spending habits, bad habits, or good habits, people paying for subscriptions and then obviously the psychological triggers of like a 3 month, like Spotify's 3 month trial, so you kind of forget you're paying after 3 months, all that sort of stuff, and making things so irresistible, like Amazon Prime, like $80 a year, $100 a year, and it's you get so much for $80 or whatever it might be. You have to realize if even if you can't take into account everybody else's perspective, we got to realize that we can't single ourselves out with our own financial experiences because you know, it's ultimately just human nature, and we're all very similar in our ways of human nature. Yes, we have our differences, but a lot of financial habits are very similar across the entire, collective consciousness of humanity. So when you're trying to sell something, you really have to realize one, just the fact that there is money everywhere. Like if you sold something for a pound, like or dollar, like it really you honestly can't comprehend how much money there is and how many people that if you just get your product in front of them, a lot of people impulse buy. Like it's why e-commerce is like a multi-trillion dollar industry. Every single day there's billionaires being made from online commerce, drop shipping, all this sort of stuff from agencies. Like, I mean, the amount of people that just start up a Shopify store and start making 10, 20, 50, 100K, 200K a month, 500K a month because they are tapping into the abundance of people out there that just want to buy their stuff, and they're tapping into the psychological desires that people have to buy things, impulse buy, or forget that they're signing up to certain things. So really the whole point of this video is if you can't comprehend other people doing it, try and comprehend your own behaviors surrounding financial decisions on what you pay for on a weekly, monthly, daily, yearly basis, and then comprehend the fact that you are not this, because this was my own thought process, is that there was this bias of like, well, I'm the only one that really kind of spends like this. No, you're not. Most financial decisions and most financial behaviors we have as humans are almost certainly 99.9% of the time shared by a large percentage of other people, especially bad financial decisions. Obviously, there's a large amount of people in a small subsect of society that do have great financial, decisions and financial behaviors. Obviously, trying to mimic them and understanding their behaviors is fantastic, but you can single yourself out to realize the behaviors you have, and then think about how easy it would be to sell to yourself, and then realize after that how many people have similar behaviors to you. So then you can kind of just expand that reality for yourself and go from there. So yeah, and this is a pretty short video, hopefully, but yeah, just wanted to kind of share that with you and hope it kind of clears up things to do with if you're trying to buy things and trying to sell things to people and trying to advertise. Just realize the abundance of money out there and the like just the nature that people have around their financial behaviors to actually spend and buy from you. So there we go. Thanks very much anyway, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.